Welcome, everybody, to Rambling with Rachel podcast. Today, we have a listener story from you guys. This one is from Jen. She emailed us and asked if we would share her crazy, insane story with our audience. And baby, today's story is one for the books. Our girl survived what I can only describe as a combination of MTV Spring Break and Naked and Afraid, but with worse decisions and zero adult supervision. This story, when I was reading it, I laughed, I cried, I prayed, I questioned humanity, and then I laughed again. So buckle in, because Jen took us straight to Cancun, and she left her dignity somewhere between a bus stop, a garden hose, and a group of men with a cooler. So the story begins. When I was 17 years old, I went to Cancun on spring break with 20 girls. 20 teenage girls, and not one single adult in sight. You guys, 20 teenage girls, zero adult supervision. Cancun, that sentence alone is already a crime scene. This is not a vacation, it's a natural disaster. Jen says that it was a hot mess express. One night, I did not return back to my hotel. I was in a room with two of my best friends. So Jen was sharing a hotel room with two of her best friends, and one night she just didn't return. That is red flag central, okay? Especially in a foreign country. The next morning, my mom was calling my best friends at like 8 a.m. like she did every single day to check in on me. My friends panicked and told her that I was barfing in the bathroom. You know, good on the friends for covering for you, but also, maybe they should have immediately said they were concerned about you not showing up at the hotel room that morning. But you know what? I digress. Jen says that she left this guy's hotel. He asked if I needed pesos. I said, nope, I'm all good. I get to the bus stops and I realize my money is gone. Ma'am, you are not good. You should have accepted those pesos because you do not have any money. You do not have any money. And you are on the other side of Cancun, you guys. Jen is on the other side of Cancun. Okay, she's not near her hotel. I figured I would just walk to my hotel. It can't be that far. That is exactly what every girl says. Unknowingly, you are about to hike a few miles. She is hungover. Y'all, she partied all night long. It's a whole mess. So as I'm walking, all of a sudden it hits me. The alcohol shits, you guys. I'm sorry. Every person listening right now just probably clutched their stomach in solidarity. If I didn't shit, Jen says, I was going to die or barf and shit at the same time. So what does Jen do? She squats down on a patch of grass on the side of the road in Cancun. She's in a skirt. She squats down, she moves her underwear, and she just lets it go, you guys. All of a sudden, a man walks up to her. Why do men always walk up at the worst possible moments? Jen says that he asked if he was okay. It is hot out here, and I tell him that I'm good. She's like, sir, please walk away. Please walk away right now. I am fighting for my life on this side of the road. So she gets up and she keeps on trucking. She just lets it go. She gets up. She keeps walking back to her hotel, and she sees a man watering flowers. I asked him if he would squirt me off with the water hose, and he doesn't understand English. So Jen ends up ripping the water hose from this man's hand and hoses down her whole body with this water hose without basically asking for permission. He is screaming, no, repeatedly at her, and she just keeps doing it. She just keeps going. Okay, she needs to be washed off. She needs to be rinsed off. Imagine just like being this sweet old man just watering his flowers, and suddenly some feral American teenager is power washing herself off on your front lawn. I bet this man tells this story every holiday when he's around family. It is probably a traditional story for him. So the final trek, you guys. Finally, after hours, I'm at the bottom of the hill of my hotel. A group of guys is standing with a cooler. I don't know these guys, and I asked them for ice. They give me weird looks, okay? And I bet they were giving you weird looks because you probably just looked like you crawled out of the ocean floor after fighting Poseidon. I mean, you shit yourself. You've been walking for miles. You're hungover. You haven't brushed your hair. You haven't gotten yourself together. And she is just using this ice to try to cool herself off, okay? So I walk in, still in my clothes from last night. It's now 2 p.m. in the afternoon. My friends sprint full speed at me when they see me. They huddle around me. They're screaming, "Where have you been? Where have you been?" And then they're like, "Oh my God, girl, you smell like complete shit." And honestly, like, yeah, she probably does smell like complete shit at this point. And Jen goes on to say, to this day, we laugh about that story. How in today's world, this would never have happened. How unsafe it was. I learned always to have pesos and never stay in a random dude's room because karma will get ya. Jen, I hope you know that you didn't just survive at Cancun. You survived a series finale. You survived something that should have been on like a TV show, survival something, okay? And also kind of what Jen said about how in today's world that would have never happened. One, if the girls in the hotel room woke up at 8 a.m. and realized that her friend wasn't there and the friend didn't show up until 2 p.m. Jen did not show up back to that hotel until 2 p.m. Y'all were in a foreign country with no adults. So where were these friends' minds at that they didn't call or contact someone to help find you? That is where I can't get it through my head, because that is very, very, very unsafe. And also, they didn't have phones back in this time, and there was no way to track her. So your friends just let you be missing from at least 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Your mom didn't continue questioning. She just let it go like, oh yeah, she's barfing in a bathroom. Like, that's fine. I don't know. These are questions that I need answered. Let me know in the comments if you also have questions for Jen, and I will get them over to Jen. Jen, thank you for this masterpiece. Thank you for the chaos. Thank you for the trauma. Thank you for the comedy. And thank you for proving that some of us lived through things that Gen Z will just never understand. If any of you listening have a funny, traumatic, crazy story, please submit it to my email, ramblingwithrachel@gmail.com. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Help get us out there. This is a brand new podcast, and we have different themes for every day of the week. Thank you so much for joining in, and we will see you next episode.